Hey YouTube, how's it going? Mevlin back here again with another Alchemy Stars video, and for this one we'll be taking Vivian to Ascension 3. It's been a while since I uploaded something. That's just because I've been stuck with my Lightning team, to be honest. I'm on floor 43 still, and I just can't beat it with this team right now. I'm trying to see if just ascending my units slowly, getting more health, defense, getting more damage is gonna help me beat that floor. But for now, I'm gonna see if Vivian's going to be worth it. So for this vid, we're gonna be testing her damage, the damage increase you're getting from the buff. So we're gonna see how much damage we are going to be doing without the buff, and we're also going to be looking at how much damage we are going to be doing with the buff. See if that her passive is worth bringing her in a team composition. So if you don't know what Vivian does, she is a attack buffer, similar to like Chloe in a water team. But her equipment skill is a little bit different in that even though this equipment skill, this attack buff technically is 100% uptime, in that technically you can keep this up permanently, it's super inconvenient and like super hard to use that I feel like she's not very good because of this. But let's get over it. Her equipment skill is an attack buff that whenever her own chain combos, it doesn't say her own, but it is only working on her own chain combos. Whenever her own chain combos deal damage to all enemies, so that means if there's one enemy, it's really easy to proc, because if you're hitting that one enemy, then you're hitting damage to all enemies. If there's two, you have to do two, etc. All Thunder Aurorians gain a percentage of Vivian's attack as bonus for that round. Now, a couple things. It has to be Thunder Aurorian, so pretty much have to be running a mono Thunder team. They only gain 3%, but it goes up to 6% once you max your equipment. And it only ends at this round, like it only lasts for this round until you ascend her. Once you ascend her, it does go up to 2 rounds. So it sounds pretty good, right? Like an attack buff in this game, like getting attack buffs are super good in this game. But like I said, the problem is it's super hard to proc. Her chain combo, the first tier, costs 5. And that's kind of the problem. This is like way too expensive. And also the chain combos it's not global range. It is pretty decent range, is the highest range, like 3 surrounding clusters is pretty good. But the fact that it's not global, the fact that it hits like a certain number of enemies, it goes from 3 to 4 to 5, and the fact that it starts off at 5 is kind of why I don't think she's very good. It's not easy to get 5, and if you're not getting 5 tiles, then you're not proccing her chain combos, and if you're not proccing her chain combos, you're not getting her attack buff, and if you're not getting her attack buff, then what's the point in bringing Vivian? That is her problem. She's super hard to use and really inconvenient. Lastly, we have her active skill that has no synergy with the rest of her kit, unfortunately. It deals damage to pretty decent range, 3 surrounding clusters, and it deals damage to everyone, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it also has the ability that it converts one enemy tile to yellow, which is really almost useless, to be honest. I mean, we love converters in this game. Any unit that can convert tiles are usually OP, but this conversion skill is kind of laughable. That actually sometimes it does absolutely nothing, because if the opponent already has a yellow tile, then you're just converting from yellow tile to yellow tile, and it did nothing there. So that's a possibility. And then lastly, it does lower the chain combo by 1, which is kind of nice, because it'll lower her own chain combos from 5 to 4, making it easier to proc her chain combos. So I guess there is some synergy with the rest of her kit, but for the most part, you're just going to be using this skill and cooldown, mostly because of the damage. And lastly, once you ascend her, the big one here is that it changes the duration of the buff. So instead of only 1 round, it does go to 2 rounds, meaning you only have to proc her equipment skill every other round to get a permanent effect. But also it makes it so that Water and Illumina Aurorians are also now getting the buff, meaning that you can use her in a non-mono Lightning team. Sorry if I sounded a bit whiny. I just feel like her kit could have been so good, and it just leaves me a little bit frustrated. But if it's any consolation, at the very least, she is really cute. So to figure out the effect of the attack buff that Vivian is giving, I first did a 15 run where she was at the bottom. That way no one is getting the attack buff, because once she does her chain combos, everyone already took their turn, so no one's getting the damage boost. And I also did a run where she was at the top. That way when she does her chain combo, everyone is going to be getting the damage boost, and then I compared the damage of their chain combos. And here are the results, and I'm not gonna lie, it is not looking very good. So what is happening here is that Vivian is giving the rest of my team 66 attack, and for someone like Nemesis and Gronru who have pretty low attack, my Gronru has 1519 attack, that 66 per attack is way more value, and it's giving her 8% damage boost, not too bad. But someone like Wrath, who has very high attack to begin with, when you have 2716 attack, 66 attack isn't really that much, and that's kind of why her damage boost isn't that much. So what I've come to realize is that Vivian might do better in a team where the team has really low attack. So if your Vivian is going to be your main DPS and you're surrounded by a bunch of converters and a bunch of supports, because converters and supports usually have really low attack, Vivian might do really well. But honestly, these numbers are super low considering how hard it is to keep her attack boost up. So in conclusion, do I think Vivian is good or bad? I think I'm gonna lean towards the bad side a little bit. She's definitely not the worst, but I feel like there's way more better Thunder units out there. Her kit is just really hard to use. Like getting that attack buff is super inconsistent, and at the same time, it's not even that big of a difference, to be honest. Like I feel like in terms of team compositions, I could have added Schwartz instead, and he could have done a little bit more. Maybe even Kafka, just put some other DPS in there, and I feel like that could have been better in my team. But if you're gonna ask me whether or not I regret building my Vivian, I'm gonna say no, because you know what, at the end of the day, this is a single player campaign, and yeah, even though her numbers are not there, who cares about the numbers, man? Numbers don't make you happy. You know what makes you happy? Waifus. So I'm going to be maxing my Vivian, and I'm going to be maxing her equipment because I just want to, and I can. So for my hero debuts, I usually leave you guys with a guide to like how to clear a floor in the Spire, but unfortunately I'm still stuck at floor 43. I just feel like with this team composition specifically, it's not very good, so I'm gonna need way more stats. I have to like upgrade the rest of my team probably before I could even clear this. I'm pretty close to getting there. I've got a lot of things farmed, so I'm gonna be slowly upgrading my team so I can clear this stupid floor. And once I clear this floor, it should be a power through the rest of the floors all the way up to 60, probably even 70 if my team is going to be good. But you know, this floor is like absolute cancer, and I feel like most of you guys are gonna agree that this floor might need a nerf, maybe just a little bit. But either way, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
ランタンはついています。ランタンはついています。ランタンの光の下で。存分にこれが最後のチャンスです。言い残すことはありませんか？レッドバロン、ライトニングストライク。 計画通りに